You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. One of the most disturbing facts about the case against R. Kelly is the nature of his accusers being people that the court should never have believed basing on their criminal and unauthentic backgrounds. The component of witness credibility is a very important part of the U.S. that shouldn't have been ignored, but when it came to pinning R. Kelly, the courts did not really care to determine that the prosecution witnesses brought to the stand commanded any form of believability, and it's no wonder that these witnesses were also represented by non-credible attorneys such as Michael Avenatti, who was later on determined to be a fraudster that was fond of helping his clients win at shady cases and later on steal their restitutions from them. He was also found to have a special interest in cases where the defendants are high profile, like he did with the case between Donald Trump and renowned porn star Stormy Daniels. Once she got paid off, R. Kelly critic Michael Avenatti diverted the funds to his personal bank account and set off to live a lavish lifestyle. It was from such shady deals that the disgraced attorney managed to sustain a life filled with luxury, featuring private jets and mansions that he would not afford in normal circumstances. It's to no surprise therefore that he was this time targeting R. Kelly for the money and his accusers, also equally unauthentic ex-lovers he could easily take advantage of. Returning to the credibility of R. Kelly's accusers, we are talking women like Van Allen, who has all along since the 2008 trial been lying about her age. As if lying under oath was not enough, Van Allen maintained the same lie whenever she took a public interview and insisted she was 17 when she met with R. Kelly.
Was the threesome with the underage girl actually happening?
I don't know exactly the point, but I know it actually happened at his home. And it happened at his home, and I was 17 years old. So it wasn't in the very beginning, but it wasn't too long after the first threesome.
Records, however, revealed that she was already an 18-year-old adult when she first met the R&B King. But even though the judges now knew all this, they did not dismiss her testimony against R. Kelly. They even had the audacity to allow her back on the stand during the Chicago trial to tell more lies in court. Meanwhile, Lisa Van Allen was not the only deceitful prosecution witness. We all saw the Clary daughter quickly twist all the truth she had said during the Gayle King interview and replace it with what she termed as her new truth the moment she had access to Kelly's prison phone call and email data, and learned that Joycelyn and not her was the singer's favorite. This was motive enough to have her change her statement from the real truth to lies, and for this reason it should have been hard to believe her. The New York Court of Brooklyn judge, however, seemed to prefer to believe individuals that had been changing their statements from time to time with convenience, than to believe a consistent defense that came from R. Kelly's legal team. Her jury, which was predominantly composed of wrongly selected highly prejudicial individuals, all seemed to care less about the credibility of the numerous witnesses the prosecution presented. Moving to the other witnesses, they all had stories that did not necessarily implicate R. Kelly as a criminal, but rather a bad husband or boyfriend, whatever they chose to call him. But then majority of these, if not all of them, looked like they were always scheming for something. How, for example, could accusers who met R. Kelly as adults in their 20s and 30s also be a part of this team? The mere fact that one of them, by the name Lisa Van Allen, presented lies which failed to check out, and that the same prosecution which had presented her as yet another incriminator of R. Kelly managed to remove her name from the list of legitimate accusers should have caused court to rethink the credibility of every other witness. This is when court should have paused and carried out a thorough background check on each of the other witnesses before allowing them to take the stand, or at least before admitting their testimonies as authentic. Meanwhile, the jurors and judge cannot claim ignorance of this concern, since most of them were confident enough to admit they were loyal fans and followers of the surviving R. Kelly documentary series during jury selection. With all the differing statements available online for free access by all, no juror or judge can claim not to have known that these witnesses were of questionable credibility, and that they said one thing now and the other tomorrow depending on what the gains were. One Azriel Clary during her Gayle King interview did tell the world just how her evil parents sent her out to R. Kelly to help them trap him into a blackmailing cycle, mentioning how they had been making calls prior to her interview demanding he deposits $20,000 onto the father's bank account or risk facing serious legal trouble. As if that was not enough dirt to expose about her parents, she also mentioned how they asked her to take as many salacious videos and pictures as possible in case they needed to use them to blackmail the R&B king.
Actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encourage you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him.
For her to later on turn around and make claims of abuse and underage encounters should have caused the court to quickly question her credibility as a prosecution witness. While the court preferred to refer to all kinds of media reports while using them against R. Kelly, they won't question the press reports made by the accusers against him, or even the testimonies made in court involving grave lie under oath. A credible witness is one who comes across as competent and worthy of believing. Their testimony should be assumably more than likely to be true basing on their experience, knowledge and sense of honesty. There is certainly no honesty expected of a woman who makes divergent statements and right after trial appears with the same interviewer to state that whatever she said in her previous interview was all a lie.
What were you not honest about?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Such a person is not honest and should not be used to incriminate another citizen, especially in such a sensitive criminal case where evidence accuracy should be paramount. An attorney may prove a witness is not credible by referring to inconsistencies in their statements, or a reputation of untruthfulness which all tick positive with all the witnesses the prosecution presented. The jury and judge, however, didn't find it necessary to look into this rather gray area and instead took everything said as gospel truth. According to Quanah Jones, "When I tell you that God is finally bringing out the truth, you better believe me. R. Kelly has been lied on multiple times by these incredible witnesses, yet he has been speaking the truth from the beginning. However, because the agenda was never about justice but to lock him up, the jury and judge could not look into this matter of credibility and ignored every red flag." If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say. To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.